next point, we should ensure whatever we say is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
Hello, listeners and viewers at home. It's good to be with you once again on the e-learning organized by the Kaduna State Ministry of Education. My name is Mercy Baintakude, one of your English language teachers, and today we are going to be talking about essay writing. We have had reasons to talk about essay writings right from our primary schools, from our junior secondary school, through the senior secondary school. But today we are going to talk generally on the format of essay writing. Why is it so? Because essay writing is a thing that we cannot do without as long as we are in school, as long as we are learning. It's an everyday thing, so we'll keep learning it. So, for today, we'll begin by having a definition of what an essay is. And we say an essay is a piece of writing that gives the writer's perspective of a story. An essay is a piece of writing that gives the writer's perspective of your story. You, as the writer, your perspective is what you give in that story. And most times in school settings, essay writings are always an answer. It is always an answer to a question asked by your examiner. So many questions have always been written. So that response that you give, giving your perspective of the story, is what we call an essay writing. And we all know that we have types of essay. Basically, we have 4 of them. Number 1 of it is the narrative kind of essay. When you do a narrative, it means you tell of an event that has taken place. You tell of an experience. You tell of an encounter. That's the narrative kind of essay. Number 2, descriptive essay. From the word descriptive, it means we're supposed to give a clear picture, a mental picture, a vivid picture of a place, of a thing, of an object, or an event. Number 3, we have the expository essay. From the word again, expository, it means you are exposing an idea, exposing a thing to someone that does not know anything about it. It means you are creating awareness. It means you are informing someone. You are helping someone to understand, to have an insight into a situation or a thing. Number 4, argumentative essay. From the word argumentative, it means you have to work towards persuading your reader or your listener. Make the person believe what you are putting across. Make the person believe your ideology, your opinions, your view. So you work towards persuading your essay. And our debates fall under the argumentative kinds of essay. Now we'll talk about the general rules that guide essay writing. For these types of essays, the 4 types of essays that we have said we basically have, there are rules that guide these kinds of essay. And these rules we are going to talk about is general to the 4 types of essay. Number 1, you need to express yourself clearly. When you write, when you give your perspective of a story, your aim is to express yourself clearly. Why do you do that? Because you need your reader, you need your listener to understand what you're trying to say. If your expressions are not clear, it means your readers will be lost, your listeners will be lost, and thereby the aim of writing will not be achieved. So you need to be very clear when you are expressing yourself when writing an essay. Number 2, use simple sentences. Use simple sentences. Most times, students think writing long and complex sentences is what gives you the marks. No. Be as simple as you can. Use very simple sentences. Avoid long sentences. When you're able to present your ideas in simple and short sentences, that puts you on the safe side. But where you think you want to go very long, using the compound sentences, the complex sentences, it loses the meaning of what you're trying to express. So use simple sentences. Number 3, avoid the use of passive voice. For example, when you make a sentence as in, they killed the snake. They killed the snake is passive. Try to be particular. John and Peter killed the snake, not they killed the snake. When you say they killed the snake, your reader will be confused and your reader will begin to ask himself questions. Okay, they, who are the they that killed the snake? But when you specify Peter and John killed the snake, you have made it easy for your reader to understand. Next, you need to know your target audience. Who are you writing for? What is the category? What is the kind of group that you are writing for? Are you writing for market women? Are you writing for teachers? Are you writing for pastors? Are you writing for students? When you know your target audience, it will help you have a range of what you are writing and how you're going to write it. The language will be different. When you are writing for a group of people that have not gone to school, even though they speak English, you will have to understand, okay, there are words I may use that they may not understand. So you need to come down to their level. Write according to the people's level, not according to your own level. So you need to learn to know your audience. Next, avoid using jargons as much as possible. What are jargons? Jargons are technical terms associated to different fields of human endeavor, different fields of work. Assuming you're writing about medicine, you're writing about health, writing about the hospital, there are words that you can simplify. When doctors are talking, they have their own language. When they mention one word, you will get lost. But for you as a writer, you're trying to express an opinion. You are trying to describe something, or you are trying to narrate a story. Please avoid technical terms, avoid jargons. Be as simple as possible. Then, avoid high-sounding words. I was going through a letter written by a student somewhere, and the kind of words used that this learner used were high-sounding. For instance, when you use the word perambulating, many people may not know the meaning of perambulating. It means you are simply talking to yourself. So, use your dictionary, get another word that could fit in that position. Use simple words. Flabbergasted. How many people could tell you the meaning of flabbergasted? So try to be as simple as possible. Don't go high sounding. Otherwise, you will lose your audience even before you begin to write your essay. Next, be positive. Once you are positive, you are telling yourself, I can do it. I know I can do it and I will do it. When I do it, I will get it. So be positive all the time. Don't be discouraged. Don't allow anybody discourage you. If in areas where you find you have difficulties, please consult someone, consult your dictionaries, and I'm sure this will help simplify your work. Next, set aside time for revising and rewriting your work. As you work, do revision. Always do revision. As you do your revision, you rewrite your work. And at the end, endeavor to write all the time. Writing all the time will help you improve on your work. Format of an essay. We have 3 parts of an essay. That's the format. Number 1, we have the introduction. Number 2, we have the body of the essay. And number 3, we have the conclusion. Now, talking about the introduction, that is always the paragraph 1 of our essay. The body is paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and paragraph 4. And the conclusion is always our 5th paragraph. Why is it so? For school children, for students, your essays always come in 5 paragraphs. That puts you on the safe side because that is what the exam bodies expect. Most times the question will tell you to give 3 importance or 5 importance or 5 disadvantages and advantages. Once the questions come like that, it means you are working on 5 paragraphs. So for our category of learners, we work on 5 paragraphs. The introduction, paragraph 1. The body, where we have 3 paragraphs consisting of paragraph 2, 3, and 4. Then the conclusion, which is paragraph 5. Now the introduction proper. The introduction should include the following. 1. It should include a few general statements about the topic to provide a background to your essay and to attract the reader's attention. Before you write anything, you have to establish a background. Give a scenario so that your readers will understand what you're trying to put across and where you are heading to. Then, work towards capture the attention of your readers right from your paragraph 1. Then it should try to explain why you are writing the essay, and it may include definition of terms in the context of the essay. So as you do this, you see you are making your work easy already. Define terms in paragraph 1, state your topic sentence, then you move on within the context of your essay. For example, remember we are talking of paragraph 1. We have a one paragraph introduction here on the effects of drug. Now, as you write your essay, remember your essay needs a title, it needs a heading. Endeavor to write your heading in capital letters. There is no bargain on this. Write your title or your heading, the heading of your essay in capital letters. Clearly written in capital or block letters as the case may be. So we have drug abuse is characterized by taking more of the recommended dose of prescription drugs, such as barbiturates without medical supervision, or using government-controlled substances such as marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or other illegal substances. Legal substances such as alcohol and nicotine are also abused by many people. Abuse of drugs and other substances can lead to physical or psychological dependence. Remember we talked of our introduction. Give a scenario of what you will be talking about. Drug abuse, and we are already highlighting on the types of drugs that cause this. Then we move to the body of our essay. The body is between the introduction and the conclusion. The body paragraphs help you prove your thesis and move you along a compelling journey from your introduction to your conclusion. The body is the flesh of your essay because it is a group of related sentences that revolve around the idea that relates directly to the topic sentence. It presents the important facts and information from an essay. This is done in 3 paragraphs. The body of the paragraph is like a family setting. The introduction is the father in the home. And the body of the paragraph, we have the mother, we have the sons, maybe 2 or 3, we have the daughters, all going around the father. Where the mother and the children are not there to support the father, there is a problem. The family may not stand. So we need the ideas in paragraph 2, 3, and 4 as the body to go around the introduction so that it can stand. Where the body does not stand, it means there is a problem. Example of the body of our essay, paragraph 2. Drug abuse can cause a wide range of adverse physical reaction. Long-term drug use may damage the heart, liver, and brain. Drug abusers may suffer from malnutrition if they habitually forget to eat most times. They cannot afford to buy food or eat food that contains the proper vitamins and minerals. Individuals who abuse injectable drugs risk contracting infections such as hepatitis and HIV from dirty needles and needles shared with other infected users. One of the most dangerous effects of illegal drug use is the potential for overdose. That is, too large or too strong a dose for the body's system to handle. A drug overdose may cause an individual to lose consciousness and to breathe inadequately. Without treatment, an individual may die from drug abuse. This is our the second paragraph that begins the body of our essay. Now let's move to the third paragraph, still talking about the body. Remember, I have said the father there is the introduction, and you have the mother and children as paragraph 2, 3, and 4. They revolve around the father giving support in one way or the other. Drug addiction is marked by a compulsive craving for a substance. Successful treatment methods vary and include psychological counseling or psychotherapy and detoxification programs. Medically supervised programs that gradually wean an individual from a drug over a period of days or weeks. Detoxification and psychotherapy are often used together. That's talking about treatment. Now, paragraph 4. The illegal use of drugs was once considered a problem unique to residents of urban neighborhoods. Today, however, people from all economic levels in both cities and suburbs abuse drugs to relieve stress and forget about their problems. Now, we have talked about the body, where we have paragraph 2, 3, and 4. Let's move on to the conclusion. The conclusion is the last paragraph of your essay. To conclude your essay, always do the following. 1. Restate the topic sentence from your introduction. Now, what you do in the conclusion is you extract the important points from your introduction, from the body, that is paragraph 2, 3, and 4, and you bring them together at your conclusion. When you restate your topic sentence from your introduction, 2, you now move to the body. Get the topic sentence from the body of your essay, explain how the ideas fit together. Then you try to connect your introduction, give your final words, provide a sense of closure, then give your closing sentence. How do you provide a sense of closure? The kind of words that you use will begin to signal, okay, I'm coming towards the end of my essay. So your kind of words will speak a lot, and that is where our collocations and transition words will tell us whether we are coming to the end of it or not. Now, the last paragraph, conclusion. Inasmuch as drug abuse is characterized by taking more of the recommended dose of prescription drugs, such as barbiturates without medical supervision, or using government-controlled substances, such as marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or other illegal substances, genetic factors may predispose other individuals to drug addiction. Environmental factors, such as peer pressure, especially in young people, and the availability of drugs also influence people to use drugs. Drugs can also be seen in the rate at which young people are confined to psychiatric hospitals due to overdose. We have talked about essay writing, and we have talked about the introduction and the body, where we have the introduction as paragraph 1, the body paragraph 2, 3, and 4, and our conclusion is paragraph 5. And remember, I said, for your heading, you need to specify, to write your heading in capital letters. There is no option to it. Write it in capital letters so that you will defeat your examiners. Once you do that, you are good to go. But if you don't, your examiner takes your scores and it becomes his or hers. So, before we draw the curtain for today, let's quickly see what we have done. Number 1, we defined an essay as a piece of writing where you give your own perspective. 2, we talked about types of essays, and there we mentioned we have the narrative essay, the descriptive, the expository kind of essay, and the argumentative. Please always remember, for narrative, you tell a story. For description, you create a mental picture. For exposition, you create awareness. And for argumentative, you persuade. Number 3, we talked about the format of an essay. That is talking about the introduction, the body, and the conclusion of your essay. And we talked about the general rules guiding an essay. Clear expressions, avoid high-sounding words, avoid jargons, know your target audience, and so on. And we equally had examples of paragraphs in an essay. Now, you would notice that on the examples, we took them one after the other after talking about a particular paragraph. For you, you need to connect them together as a piece. But this was done on purpose so that as we talk of the introduction, you will see, okay, this is what the introduction contains. That's talking about the topic sentence. Then you gradually move on to the body of the essay, where I illustrated with the family setting, the father, the introduction, and the other family members are the flesh that carry the main story, and they revolve around the introduction. Why do they do that? Because they need to give it a meaning. They need to give it a clear expression, and they need it to carry weight. They need it to stand. So the introduction is as good as saying it is the foundation of your work. Where the foundation is not strong, the building collapses. So you have to try as much as possible to have a captivating introduction. And that is how it goes. So we move on to our assignment. Now, following the format discussed above, write an essay on any topic of your choice. Now, I've given you a free hand. You have your textbooks. You have past questions. Select any topic that interests you. Try to develop your own essay. As you do that, remember your introduction must be captivating, otherwise your readers will lose interest. Move on to the body of your essay, where you have paragraph 2, 3, and 4. And finally, you move to the conclusion of your essay. The assignment again says, following the format discussed above, write an essay on any topic of your choice. As you do this, if you come across any difficulty, please consult someone near you, consult your dictionary where you have doubts. The dictionary helps a lot. Use your dictionary and we'll take that again. Now, as you do so, I look forward to hearing from you soon. My name is Mercy Baintakude, your English teacher, and my number is 080-250-25339. Once again, my name is Mercy Baintakude, and the contact number is 080-250-25339. Stay home, stay safe, keep learning. Until we meet again in the next segment of this lesson, it's goodbye for now.